Hey guys, it's Drew. I was writing about this the other day. I just want to share what I wrote about. I got my journal in front of me. But I want to talk about the idea of slop. The word slop in specific, right? I feel like that's been a buzzword for at least the past 2 years, and it's remained relevant, maybe even increasing in relevance over that 2 years. And I find that, like I said, the specific use of the word slop to be kind of interesting, right? If you're clicking on this kind of video, you probably already know what slop means, but just to put it out there and how I would define it, slop is media that is created solely for consumption, not for any other meaningful engagement or further discussion. It's just, here it is, consume. Often slop refers to media created with generative AI. And I mean, I've already talked a little bit about AI on this channel, but I basically just said in that video, I'm not scared. For those who don't know, I'm a musician, I'm a producer, performer, all that stuff. I sing, I play guitar. I mean, as you can see behind me, one of the hats I've started to wear is lighting designer, which is what I'm working on in between. That's what I'm filming this video in between, working on that project. But I'm not afraid of having to compete with slop because it's slop. If I am worried about that, I don't think I should be doing what I'm doing. So in that case, AI slop is kind of an open and shut case for me. I feel like a lot of people are also just vocally against AI slop in general, so that just makes me worry less that I have hope that we're eventually just going to be like, this sucks, moving on, kind of thing. But this video is not about AI, it's about slop, the word slop. So, slop is slop. Humans, I don't think people realize this, but humans can create slop as well. I feel like this part of the discussion is overlooked because, I mean, I think rightfully so, but there's some kind of value in something when a human creates it rather than like generative AI. And again, I think that is valid. There's a little bit more value in human made anything, right? But just because a human created something doesn't make it not slop, is what I'm gonna say here. A human can very well create something that's only made for consumption. I mean, I'm the first example that really comes to mind is short form content. Sure, it might be made by a human, but does it, again, encourage further discussion? Does it provide a meaningful engagement? I don't know. I really don't think so. You're gonna have to convince me on that one if it does. But yeah, I mean, like I said, a good way of distinguishing slop from genuine, I mean, I'm holding this to a higher standard maybe, but like genuine, like artistic expression is repeated engagement. Can I engage with something again the next day and still appreciate it? The next month maybe, or the next year, or even the next decade. Some of the best movies that are in public opinion the best movies, they're decades old at this point, and they're still incredible. They still hold up fantastically, even if this and this is not up to par with today's standards. Repeated engagement can still provide value, and you have to ask yourself, like, do I derive new meaning with that re-engagement? Am I, because I'm a different person watching this same movie. A movie is just a good example, but am I a different person rewatching this movie now than I was, 10 years ago when it came out? Can I derive a new meaning from that and have it still, again, be meaningful after that initial impression? So, in a weird way, I'm kind of grateful that slop exists at all, and don't get mad at me for saying that, but I think it's good that we are demanding higher standards for our artists. We are starting to demand, like, we want quality in our work. We reject the slop. I mean, at least for me, and I'm sure many others as well. But I like that. I like that we are saying we want better stuff. We might be in the slop era, this early 2020s, or maybe even through the 2020s. This might be considered the slop era in like media history. But on the other side of that, I'm kind of excited to see and hear and experience the art that will be created in spite of it. That's kind of all I got in my journal, so I'll leave it there. Peace.